everyone. How are you guys doing? Wow. Thank you so much for joining me for Feng Shui and Astrology 2022. How are you guys doing? Type 1 if you guys are ready. Nice. How do you like my stage? So we have today, I just heard from our team that 60 countries, how many countries, Kenny? 63 countries are logging in and joining us all over the world right now. Give yourselves a round of applause and thank you so much for joining me today and across multiple platforms, right, Kenny?
Yeah, some in Zoom, some in this training room.
Right, so we have some on private Zoom rooms and some in the main hall. This is the main hall training room, and I can see so many chats are moving right now. The reason why we have multiple chats is so that it's stable, right now, Kenny? So it's just because last year is a jam up because thousands of people are chatting at the same time. So we have multiple rooms just in case, guys. If you guys get a little bit of a screen freeze and all that, just click refresh and you guys will be back here on the main stage. Okay. So now me and my team have. Oh, thank you. You, you like the new outfit? Type A if you like the new outfit. Looking much younger, right? Yeah, and this last year, you guys are commenting. It's not because I didn't pay for my shoes. It comes with a tag, and it's if you know, yeah, what type of shoes are these? Okay, so we have a lot. Me and my team have a lot planned for the next 3 days here. And as usual, the Feng Shui and Astrology event is a big event for all of us here at the Joey Yap team and the Joey Yap Academy. And we will talk about, not just the forecast for the upcoming year, but also what to do, what to prepare, and how to make the upcoming year your best year ever. Now, before I begin, guys, just so you know, we actually have this year simultaneously, we actually have the Telegram channel. We have the support channel, the Telegram channel. So we are going to have a lot of giveaways there and additional content. It's on the Telegram channel. So make sure that you have subscribed to it. Guys, you just put it up on the screen. Yeah, you can see it right here. Right now I'm actually in a green room, although it looks like a big stage for you. But right now I need to know exactly where I stand because it's all look green to me right now. But this is the Telegram channel where we have additional notes for you and a little bit background information in case you are new to the Joey Yap world and new to metaphysics or Feng Shui. So that should give you some support and some introduction so you can get up to speed. Don't worry if you're completely new. How many of you are completely new to, myself or Feng Shui or astrology in general? You're a newbie, you're here for the first time, here for a great time. Type a 1 in the chat right now. Type a 1.
We'll put this in a poll.
Okay, put this in the poll. Kenny, put this in poll. That's right. I put in a poll. Watch out for more polls on Telegram because I actually see it right here on my personal screen, and I see all the chats that are moving really fast. So it's great to be able to connect with you guys all over the world right here from this platform. And I would, right. Yeah, and I will be doing Q&As. Me and my team, we're doing live Q&As with you through Telegram. So if you just, during some of the breaks today, while some of this content, I'm sure you have questions. I already see some questions here. So we'll handle that on the Telegram channel. Okay, so I'm going to keep this group here free so that we can just connect and give you all the information and how to prepare for 2022 right here. Okay. So if you are completely new, I see a lot of newbies here. Do not worry. Me and my team will help you understand and know exactly what to do. Remember, Feng Shui and astrology is not about a prediction. Prediction implies that there is no choice for you. Everything is just fated. Okay, now before I begin here, I want to ask you this question, right? Do you believe in freedom? Guys, tell me. Do you believe in freedom? Freedom. Do you believe in freedom? No, I'm not saying whether you have freedom or not because I'm saying, oh no, I don't have freedom. I'm just asking you, do you believe in freedom? If you do believe in freedom, type a me in the chat right now. Do you believe in freedom? All right, some of you believe in freedom. All right, cool. A majority of you believe in freedom. Some of you, All right, so okay, no worries. So if you believe in freedom, that you must understand that freedom means that you can make choices, that you could choose how you would like to be and behave, or choose your actions, choose your decisions. So if you say that the year, the entire destiny itself is fated, that some powerful energy up there somewhere is just fated you to have a miserable life, that means you have no freedom, right? What is the point of listening to all this stuff if it's all fated? It is not fated, because there is a large portion you could actually decide. Let me tell you, decide, because that's freedom, right? Your freedom to choose how would you like to feel, how would you like to respond to, or what action steps you would like to take given these circumstances. Okay? So you can exercise your freedom. And by doing so, you design your year. You co-create the destiny that you want. And that's our approach for the next 3 days. Okay? So that's our approach on how we are going to handle, or how we are going to take on the year of the water tiger. I will tell you, what sort of energies to expect, okay, and what you could do. What are the action steps? I'll give you some action steps in the form of course, through metaphysics, through feng shui, through bazi, through Yi Jing, or through Qi. I know you probably are new, you don't know what these are. Don't worry, there'll be very specific, easy to follow steps to help you become better. But first, you must desire to become better, okay? You must exercise your freedom of choice to make the year a better year. Okay? How many of you want a great year, a fantastic 2022? Type a me now in the chat right now. Okay, thank you. The numbers keep increasing. I can see the different rooms, thousands. All right, great. So it's great to see so many people here. I'm glad we are able to connect online. Thousands of you. If you guys are in a hall right now, probably I'm just imagining. So I'm just imagining right now. But yeah, go ahead and send me some energy. I can see the energy through the chat right now. I can sense the energy, and that sort of drives me in this event. So yeah, some of you are asking how long will the event take? Well, I'm planning 2 to 3 hours of content a day, possibly 2 to 3 hours. I don't know. It really depends on your questions and your energy. Okay, I might talk even longer, right? But generally 2 to 3 hours. Every year is like that, every day. Okay, so be prepared for this. So now let's talk about what kind of year was 2021 before we can go on to 2022, shall we? Okay, it's a number 1 to 5 here. How many of you did you were here last year and you listened to some of the strategies we talked about 2021, and you used some of the information and you had the best year ever? 2021 was your breakthrough year. You had a best year ever. Type a 5 right now. How many of you had a year that is worthwhile to be remembered? You had some monumental events. You got married in 2021. You had a breakthrough in career. You started your business. You are, making it big in terms of your career. You're making a difference in your community. You got cured from a health issue. Type of number 4 if it was a year to be remembered. You have something that is worthwhile, some great memories of 2021. Right, type of number 4. Okay, great. Okay, so and you were here last year. You used some of this information and you made it your best year ever. You type a number 5. Okay. Now for some of you, you probably did okay, but still proud. Did okay, but still proud. Did okay, but still proud. Type number 3. Did okay, but still proud of 2021, the year of the metal ox. All right, you took the bull by the horn. You are still proud of it. It wasn't an easy year, but you managed. You're proud of yourself. Okay, great. That's a number 3, right? Cool. So 3, 4, or 5. Or some of you are number 2, right? You had some hiccups in the year, but you managed. You survive. Number 2 is for the survivors, right? You survived. You're okay. You had hiccups. You had some obstacles. And number 1, right, is those who are less than expected. It had been a challenging year. You probably had a big setback or whatsoever. Okay, let's just see. There might be some people who had a setback. Okay, Not to worry, if you're a number one, you click on number one, that's fine, you're here. Let's not repeat this shit for 2022, shall we? If you're number one, you want to get to number two or number three at least, right? And if you're number three, you want to get to number four. If you're number four, you want to get to number five. If you're number five, you want to stay there, right? You want to have the best year ever. You want to stay there. You see, it's not just, people always say, right? Oh, I want to get rich, I want to get rich. It's not about getting rich, it's about staying rich, right? It's easy to get rich, but it's extremely difficult to stay rich. That's the same with getting in health, right? It's okay, you start off with being healthy, but to stay healthy requires effort. That's the same with relationships. You get into a relationship, that's the easy part. Staying in great relationship, that requires work, right? So if you're number five and you want to maintain being at number five, then you are at the right place. We will have a lot of metaphysics content, whether we're going to use it through feng shui, whether we're going to use astrology, Chinese astrology, whether we go from 4 to 5 or stay in 5 or at least 3 to 4 or above. Okay, this is what we are going to do. And of course, at this stage, I need you to have your parcel. I need you to have your parcel. Okay, so go to this page right now that you see on your screen and plot your parcel. I know the MC has said this like 1,000 times, but people still don't do it because they're new. So if you've done it before, go and print it again because the 2022 information is there. This is your parcel chart, as you could see behind right here. So it has all the information that we will be talking about. Not we're going to talk about the whole thing, we'll talk about some parts of it. And we're going to use this to look at what types of energies that will be affecting you and what choices you can make. Remember, to make it a great year, you got to make the right choices. Okay? The right choices, the right action steps will make it a great year. Okay? Now, by speaking of which, what makes a year good or bad, do you think? Okay? In FSA trend 2 years ago, this is me on stage 2 years ago. I'm imagining right now we have double this size out there, somewhere in the cosmic space with you guys right now. But this was 2 years ago. I talked about this is prior to 2020, that year 2020, talking about having 6 months worth of cash for 2020, clear up all your debts, and create a network for jobs and opportunities. That was discussed in 2020. Okay, how many of you were in that class? This class, right here. Type of me right here. You were there live. You missed live events, live events. Okay, I like this sort of events. I just of course, I like live events where I can feel your energy in person, but I can sense you through the chat right now. Okay. That's nice. And this was last year, right? Last year I did the live stream. How many of you were here last year? Our 2021 talk, okay, FSA. Okay, so, and as you know, I said that 2021 was more of 2020. Didn't feel like this, right? And I talked about transitioning to period 9 and how to capitalize on the transition because we are on the cusp of the transformation and how to prepare for the long haul in 10 stages. That's what we discussed here on FSA 2021, where 24,000 people attended live last year. Okay? So the thing is this, right? And I think by now, if you've been attending FSA's function astrology events for some time, we talked about what makes a year good or what makes a year bad. I think it's important for us to have a definition of this because most of the time, especially if you're a beginner, you probably think that, it's always externally, if it's a good year, I don't need to do shit and, my life will be great because everything's going to be presented to me. But you know what? It was a pandemic year stretched almost for 2 years and some people did great. Some people had their best year ever. So it impacts people in different ways depending on how you view the year and what perspective you take, what actions you take. For example, let's just say in the last 2020 or 2021, you lost your job. And for a person who has a bad year, it will be someone who has been jobless ever since. Okay? And for someone who has took action and did the right action and changed perspective, while they lost their job in the pandemic, they would have made an impact of finding a dream job as a result of losing their original job. See the difference? Okay? Or perhaps you practiced very strict and stringent SOPs during the last 1 year. And obviously because you're afraid of the COVID-19. And now here's the thing, right? The effect for everybody is the same in the world, but someone who has negative energies, right, who have very low vibration, that means negative or bad year, will be like this. They stay home for 365 years. And by the way, this is a true story. Yeah? I have one of our staff is like that. So we don't want to mention the name. Stay home, never meet anybody, work from home, right? Ordered only daily deliveries, sanitize every Grab food or whatever that comes into the house. But unfortunately, despite the strict and stringent SOPs, whole family got COVID. Okay? And then there was the other guy, same effect, right? Practice SOPs and all that. Had close contact with COVID people because he went out for dinner and almost 3 other people in the same dinner got COVID, but he had no issues. Zero, nada, not contract COVID. So, effect is the same for everybody in the world. But how what viewed as good or no good, sometimes it really depends on how you see and how your energy level is, okay? Now, for example, in the pandemic, last 2021, some businesses had to shut down, okay? Now, so for some, negative impact would be they take a long break and survive on their savings. There's this group of people, right? At the same time, some business shut down and you end up having the time to acquire a new skill, you upgraded your powers and you learn something new or some new abilities that would otherwise been impossible for you to do in normal times. And because of that, now you make more money. Same effect, different impact. Okay? Or perhaps you're stuck at home, zero social life, right? Stuck at home, zero social life, lockdown 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, right? So you're stuck at home. Bad luck, negative energies would be like this. You end up getting a divorce or straining your relationship because every time you look at your wife, you want to vomit. Or if you scream at her, she scream at you, bad relations as a result happen because you see every day. Or you have used your time and created a much stronger bond with your spouse and watch your kids grow up. You've created a great family, great memories as a result. Same effect, different impact. Okay? Or 2021, there was a correction, a crash in the market, right? And then you bought based on friendly advice just before a crash. Or your stock market crash, but you didn't panic, you stayed on, and all the prices grow exponentially as a result. Same effect, different impact. Okay? So, it's like that, right? Stock market went on a bull run, and those people with bad luck, what did they do? They sold off just a tad too early and missed the meteoric rise. Or those with great impact, with positive impact, they didn't panic, right? They bought just in time and they have a meteoric rise in terms of their stock market prices. Okay? Or those who eat, sleep, and work from home. Those who eat, sleep, and work from home. Okay? The impact is, the negative impact is this, right? They managed to, went on a food adventure, discovered a new lifestyle of bringing Netflix and breakfast or lunch and dinner in bed. Okay, it's relaxing, it's chill. Or those with an impact, right? Created a positive impact, they incorporated a new fitness regime and achieved new physics of their dreams, got their six-pack, got fit, otherwise not possible if they're going to the office. Now, here's the thing. The point is this, right? I think it's extremely important to understand that good or bad depends really on the choices that you make given the circumstances. So what I can do, what we will be doing in the next 3 days is I will tell you the effect, right? The effect of 2022. But you, as the key player, you gotta make a choice between going on a bad luck drive with low vibrational energies or going on a positive drive to achieve positive outcome. Remember the effect, it rains on the good and evil alike. Whether you're a good guy, bad guy, doesn't matter, the rain rains on you anyway. So 2022 has an effect on everybody in general. We can talk about that. But how you play the game, how you choose to play the game, will you be a winner and make it your best year ever? Or will you just suffer the effects as a result? That is your freedom of choice, okay? So truly bad is only when these three criteria are met, guys, okay? So number one, you have unexpected events, negative events that happen. You didn't expect it, okay? Number two, you have unexpected expenses. And number three, you have unexpected negative results, all right? So this is the thing, right? The key word here, guys, I want you to take note, this is unexpected. Unexpected, right? So listen, sometimes you don't need to be the best in order to be the most successful in the room. When things are going extremely bad everywhere else, all you need to do is be consistently average and you'll be the best in the room, okay? So it's not even that hard to do. So listen, the reason why you're here is so that you don't get unexpected. We're going to talk about what are the expectations for the year. I think I'm giving you a clue that 2022 might not be as smooth as you think, but if you expect it, you anticipate and you change your strategy, it's going to be a great year for you. Because it's only the unexpected, oh, I didn't know this thing bad happened to me. That's why like that. Everything is other people's fault. Yeah? Other people's fault make it, right? So, it's like, if you're hiring a helper, right? You're hiring a helper, you know the helper has limited capacity. You expect it and you know how to train the helper, all right? So it doesn't become a problem for you because you know that this is what you need, you expect it. But you came and you act surprised, like, oh, I didn't know this was a dumb person. That's why now I have all these problems at home. Then you're blaming, all right? So we want to take responsibility of what we can do to make things better. And that's exactly how we're going to treat 2022, okay? So, 2021 felt like the iPhone 9. How many of you guys here have the iPhone 9? Type of me here. How many of you have iPhone 9? You got iPhone 9? Serious? You got, right? There was no iPhone 9. There was no iPhone 9. Did you know that Apple skipped iPhone 9 and went straight for the iPhone X? That's exactly how 2021 feels like. Because 2021 was, as we said before, just more of 2020. 2019 felt like yesterday and a long time ago. At the same time, everyone in the room right now in 2021 is probably sick of this word, COVID-19. Are you sick of this word? I mean, before this COVID-19 affect you felt sick of this word, right? You hear it now, you just felt this problem. You feel negative even talking about it. So it's like 2021 felt like we completely fast forward the entire year. 2021 is just one big ass long year. Okay, that's exactly how we felt. And but here are some highlights, right? Now, in order to talk about the highlights, guys, I need you to have a look at 2021 is the year of the metal ox, okay? 2021 is the year of the metal ox, as you can see here. Now, this is in comparison of two charts. Now, I know the majority of you, I know you don't know what these charts are. Do not worry, you're not expected to read it. I shall read it for you. You just listen to my mouth open and talk, you can understand, yeah? Don't worry. So 2021, since I'm looking at the green screen, guys, can you just highlight 2021? Okay, thank you. Okay, so 2021, year of the metal ox, metal tiger month, water horse day, and metal pig hour. That's the year, right? What happened in this year? Now, and 2022, you see, we are transiting from 2021 to 2022, which is the year of the water tiger. I will talk about water tiger after I give you the highlights of 2021, okay? So we have many things that happened as a result of this chart, okay? We talked about this last year. One of which would be the trade war turning into Cold War, Anchorage, Alaska, Taiwan issue, Communist Party's 100-year flex of power, right? So we've seen this before, all right? In this chart here, we could see the dominance of that power in 2021. We talked about that. And we have the world's richest man ever alive, right? You have Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos fighting for number one. But if you look at their charts, right? If you look at the charts, Elon Musk is born in metal pig year. It's part of the hour pillar of 2021. Okay, and if you look at the animal science, he had, if you have his chart, you can print his chart later on. You have pig, born in a horse month on the monkey day. Monkey, as you know, last year was the greatest comeback kid of the animal science for 2021. So Elon Musk has all the good signs. And Jeff Bezos having one less powerful animal sign compared to our Elon Musk, well, he became number 2, but nevertheless, these are multi-billionaires. But this is a breakthrough in the year, right? The year where these guys basically went to space. Okay, this is something, right? This is called the new race. This is the commercial space travel that happened. Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, SpaceX. This happened in 2021, despite the pandemic. Okay, and of course the birth of the metaverse. Now this word metaverse, we have been using metaphysics for a long time, this word metaphysics. In fact, I coined this word metaphysics, Chinese metaphysics, many years ago. It represents the different forms of studies like feng shui, like 八字, like qi men, like yi jing. So it is different forms of metaphysics studies that are interconnected. And with one another, if you practice feng shui, it's also related to a bit of your 八字. Your 八字 is related to your qi men and yi jing, and it's all one part of this universe. And this is moving towards period 9. So period 9, you see richest man ever, right? You see new race to space. You see birth of the metaverse. We talked about this, the transition to period 9. This is only the cusp of it. And of course, a lot of people are still suffering from the pandemic hangover, right? This is a big thing. Digital fatigue, right? Readjusting to working from home, right? A pandemic hangover can turn into a pandemic burnout, you know, because there are a lot of closure of businesses, and not to mention the great resignation, right? Unemployment improving, but far from recovery. You know that, right? If you look at 2021's chart, look at this. This is a water horse days, person sitting on top of wealth. So the Great Resignation talks about people who voluntarily resign because they found their own path, because they are sitting on their own wealth. So things have changed. Okay, people are adapting to the new norm, including, you know, different jobs or better jobs, or they want to just recover from the burnout. And so a lot of companies, right? How many of you here are bosses running your own organizations, find it hard to find people? Okay, so there are a lot of things that happen, and not to mention Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, right? New record high, 66,000 at one point, right? What is that? 60? I don't know what's the latest price. Right, and then there's a ETF listed, cleared by the SC, right? So then you have a growth from 2013. There were less than, I think, 10 prominent ones, and 2021 there were 6,000 different types of cryptocurrency available. So for a long time we were figuring out what element actually represents crypto. Most likely is water. Okay, water element represents crypto. And you look at when there was a month last year where the earth dominated the charts, the earth element becomes strong, it sort of counteract the water, there was a big drop. Okay, so this is something that to be explored further, especially in 2022. Okay, and so this is the highlight for 2021. This is what happened in the year of the metal ox. Now we are transiting to 2022. So how does it look like for us? What should we do? What sort of planning? Okay, so I want to look at this chart here behind me. Okay, if you view astrology or metaphysics, whatever we're doing now, as a form of energy pattern, right? 2020 was ground zero, where the cycle of period 9 is beginning. Now, for some of you who don't know what period 9 is, it's a transitional energy form. It started with the conjunction of two major forces, the Wood Star and the Earth Star, the Jupiter and Saturn aligning, that began a new cycle from 2020. And that cycle brought all the way downwards, right? If you look at the pandemic and the contraction of the economy, it's going downwards all the way to 2022. This is the pivot stage where we move up back to 2024, the actual transition of period 9. So it looks like this, okay? This is the time frame, this is the energy cycle that we're going through. So we are actually now at the somewhere near the bottom of the U shape. Okay, we're not exactly at the full bottom yet, but 2022, we're just starting, remember, we're starting the year. So we're going through this transition period. And the full transition to period 9 begins in 2024. So if you look at it this way, right? The first section, 2020 to 2021 end, it's the pandemic. And then 2022 to 2023 is the pivoting years. And then 2024 onwards, we call this the progress years. So these are the energy form that we're looking at now. If you just follow, go with the flow as they say, then this is the cycle that the majority of the people probably would feel. But there is always a way for you to make impact, and that's this line. This is where you could, even despite the pandemic, make the right choices and the right strategy, move through the pandemic, through the pivot stage, and all the way to progress by creating momentum. This is what we intend to do for you here in the Function Astrology event. And for those of you who are very familiar with period 9 itself is a whole different game, right? There are different rules in period 9. There are different strategies that need to be deployed on how you can make it the best 20 years ever. But it all begins in this pivot stage, okay? Pivot basically means a change stage. This is the most important part, and it's going to happen in 2022. Now, there are three major shifts I wanted to talk about here, all right? The first is the shifts in the scene, okay? When we look at 2022, 八字 right here. Now, I know when you look at the 八字, you're like, what does it mean? Is water, tiger, okay? Is this some Chinese characters? Don't worry, as we go along, I'll try and explain it to you slowly, yeah, because the majority of you don't know how to read the chart. So I have to translate this to you. So let's talk about three different things here, okay? Three major shifts based on this water tiger here. Number one is the scene, okay? Just when you thought it was over, okay? Like a roller coaster, there's one big final loop that you need to go through. Okay, we'll point this out to you. For those of you who know how to read the party, you know fire is glaringly absent from the appearance of this chart. Okay, and when it does appear, it's going to be a bang, okay? So it's going to be erratic. It's going to be scary and exhausting at times, even it might be exhilarating, okay? So that's the first thing, the scene from this chart, the party chart. Because if you look at the party chart, there's three tigers in the chart, okay? So which means, for those of you who know how to read party, if you don't know how to read party, it's fine. For those who can see here, this is the year 2022 party chart, tiger year, tiger month, tiger hour. Can you see that? 3 tigers. So which means when an element comes in and remove all 3 tigers or shake the 3 tiger elements, and suddenly a big change happens. So this is like a roller coaster. Now, why do I use the word roller coaster? It's simply because the tiger is one of the, we call it the 4 traveling signs, the moving sign. Okay, we'll talk about that soon. Relax, yeah? Oh, by the way, how many of you have monkey in your chart? Monkey means you're born in a monkey year? Type of me. Born in the monkey month, that means you're born in August 6th to September 5th. Any of you? Between August 5th of 6th to September 6th? Yes? Or monkey hour, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.? Yeah, go ahead and type. Okay, you guys are in for a big roller coaster change, okay? 2022 is going to clash with you because there's 3 freaking tigers and 1 monkey or 2 monkeys in your chart. So if you're going to embrace change, it's going to be a freaking great year for you. But if you're scared, then, you GG, all right? Then 喊包. So, some people say 犯太歲, yeah? It depends. If you are one of those that are very scared of this, then it's obviously going to create an impact. So remember, okay, don't be worried first. I think if you listen to the next 3 days, you know you have the right strategy. It can be the biggest positive change in your life. For me, at least, okay? For some people, they need to have pendant, they need a favorite color, and they put things in the house. No need, yeah? No need all this rubbish. No need all pendant, all lousy, waste time, okay? The one that, I don't know what you put that for, okay? So you just need a nice clothes like that, gao tim, right? Okay, so what you need is the right strategy and right action steps. Okay, I'll tell you that later. Now, the types of transformation. That's the second major shift based on the parts of the year, okay? Parts of the year. So if you look at this parts of the year, it is an earth element above, surrounded by 3 pieces of wood. So it's like a construction, a change in terms of the earth's nature, okay? If you look at this chart, it looks like that, right? So this earth is quite weak, but it's about rebirth, right? It's about collapsing of the old and rising of the new. It's about reset. It's about the great resignation. Or perhaps a new digital currency. Okay? Space travel will unlock a new generation of tech. This is for sure, right? Because the hidden element between all the tigers are fire. And fire is technology. Okay? And the advent of 5G technology, there will be a shift in power. There will be a shift in economic power. Take note of this. Okay? This is the tides of transformation. This is number 2. Number 3, the birth of the metaverse, right? The metaverse as announced by Zuckerberg. By the way, Zuckerberg is a Woo Earth, right? As you know, this is the day is Woo Earth. So the path forward, right? What's the path forward? I think metaverse is not just in tech, but also a new age of spirituality begins this year. Okay, this is the year for spiritual alignment and spiritual growth. If you look at the entire chart here, the element that balances the entire scenery is fire. Because fire will warm all 4 pillars at the same time. It's hidden, it's there. It's not absent, it's just not dominantly present on the surface level, okay? But it's hidden, it's an internal element. Internal world is a spiritual world, okay? So if you can align spiritually, you will grow. Now, when I say spiritually, it's not, bye bye ha, not like that, huh? That one is, some people, that's what people like to do out of fear, okay? Spirituality, it's about your own truth. It's about your own growth. It's about you finding your own way. It's about you growing intellectually and wisely. You become more wise, okay? You become more detached. You'll be able to make progress in terms of your relationship, your health, your wealth. You become a better human being. That's your spiritual growth, okay? Your values will change. Our values will change, and that changes everything. So take note of this. The third thing, the birth of the metaverse is not just through technology, but the metaverse of spirituality. And that includes, in metaphysics, different systems like Qigong, like Yijing, like Feng Shui, integrated. It used to be integrated, but then there are schools happen. Schools are like identity, okay? Let me just give you a break, a sort of a little deviation here, right? Some people ask, hey, JY, what is your Mun Pai? What is my Mun Pai? What is your school? Which school of metaphysics you belong to? Are you a Mo Xiang Pai? Are you the Sam Yun Pai? Sam Hap Pai? Mo Tong Siu Lam? All that? Mo Tong Siu Lam is martial art, nothing to do with metaphysics. But people always talk about schools, right? But the problem is this. Identity, as in schools, right? Shaolin Temple, Wudang, all that. All identity is great at one point, but the moment you have an identity, you restrict learning. You restrict it because you always think like if you're a Man U supporter, right? And Man U do everything so correct. Liverpool sucks, right? So because you identify, right? So when we look at metaverse, it's about unifying. You learn different disciplines, different systems, different types of metaphysical knowledge, without the identity of trying to say we restrict it to this type of identity or school. We use the technology to go on a spiritual growth, to improve ourselves around. You may say, spiritual, I want money, why got spiritual? When you grow spiritually, money is attracted to you. It becomes easier for you to access opportunities, ideas, and connect better with people. And that's where you make better money. It's because you have a money block, a wealth block. That's why you cannot see opportunities. You cannot get the land deal. You cannot get the contract. Somehow, the sales just evade you, right? So you want to get connected spiritually because of this reason, okay? So the 3 major shifts here. We're going to talk about how we could do this on the long run. So how do we do this? Well, it depends on these 2 things. It's about time and energy. Metaphysics in general, or the metaverse, spiritual metaverse, it's all about time and energy, these 2 things. Now, we can never run out of time. Time is there anyway, but we can always run out of energy. Okay, when you listening to me right now for the last, I don't know, about an hour or so, you have just used up 1 energy. You're 1 hour closer to your grave right now, okay? Because at some point, you're going to run out of energy, right? But thank you for spending the energy with me. So, but I also get energy from you as I'm speaking to you right now. Time is going to be constant, right? But energy comes in 4 forms, all right? Energy comes in 4 forms. In Chinese, we call this qi. Okay, we call this qi. And what really is qi or energy, for those who are new, it's in these 4 forms, these 4 realms. The universe realm, the heaven realm, the earth realm, and the man realm, okay? So, Tin, Dei, Yan, San, 4 realms of energy. Think of it as 4 levels of vibration. If you're new to this, you're new to metaphysics, you just joined the Joe Yap universe, you have never heard of this before, well, energy comes in 4 realms. Let me explain this in layman's terms, okay? So when we say heaven energy is something that has to do with like your thoughts, like your mind, okay? It's an intellectual thing, right? It goes on in a realm that possibly it's not, there's no physical presence to it, but it's there, right? Your thoughts are there, you think about things, you have ideas, you have inspiration, you have a mindset, right? That's heaven, right? Some people say, oh, this is scene teen, it's early heaven. It's because you cannot control, right? We'll talk about control later, right? It's basically your thoughts. Earth represents your feelings, your emotions, how you feel about things, okay? At the end of the day, a person with high vibration feels good most of the time. A person with low vibration feels negative, and feel emotional most of the time, okay? So one of the guiding factors to whether you have high vibration, meaning lucky people, is how you feel. Hello, guys? I just gave you one profound statement here. It's how you feel, okay? You might want to write this down. How do you feel right now? If you feel good, like really feel joyful internally, you are part of those who are actually good luck. You vibrate good vibration, you get good contracts, people come to you, right? If you vibrate at a lower frequency, generally you feel not so good, pessimistic, complain a lot, right? Cannot do this, cannot hear that, this no good, that no. Somehow just naturally you do that because you're low vibration. When you're high vibration, when you're happy, when things are vibrating, emotionally joyful, your good fortune, you feel that good fortune is attracted to you. It's one simple thing, okay? So when we say we do feng shui, how do you know your house got bad feng shui? How do you know your house got bad feng shui? Very simple, man. You go home, you see your wife's face, you want to vomit. Confirm bad feng shui, okay? Or your wife see you want to slap you, also bad feng shui, right? We don't know why so unhappy at home, right? Emotionally, the energy is bad, right? So either externally or internally you feel like that, right? So earth energy represents how you feel. And we say man energy is not all just man, this is your physical body. If your physical body, internally, every cell, every organ, energy is vibrating well, you have less illness, you heal faster, you recover faster, you have higher immunity. You actually feel great. If your body decides that it's going to work against you, you drink water, also grow fat on, okay? So your body just decides that I don't want to work with you, I hate you, and therefore, I just go fat, all right? I stop functioning, all right? So I want to stop this metabolic shit, and then you have this problem, right? But if your body cooperates with you, it works well with you, it heals itself, it functions better, it has lively energy, it's fitter, you feel better, all right? So your physical being is very important, right? Because most people assume that this body is them, right? Most of the time, right? So this is your physical energy. And lastly, the universe. This universe is very important. This universe represents the pure intelligence. Now some will say, what is pure intelligence? I'm intelligent, right? Whatever you claim to be an intelligent thing yourself, it's just a collection of data, memory, and information that you already know. Don't you think so? You analyze whatever you already know, your data, information, experience, knowledge, whatever you know from other people as well. Pure intelligence or higher intelligence, which is this one, the universe here, this is referring to the intelligence that is untouched, uninfluenced, unsullied by your intelligence. For example, an acorn seed knows how to become an oak tree. A durian seed know how to become durian tree. You plant durian seed, don't become apple tree, right? But who programmed it? Right? How come a caterpillar, without the benefit of a brain, know how to turn into a butterfly? Who did that, right? The plants, the leaves, they all have their own types. They grow, right? They have their own systems, automated. Some intelligent system created that, right? Even the earthworm knows how to look for food on its own. Mother Nature, you might say, but that's it. That's higher intelligence. Natural, universal intelligence, right? And that's the same intelligence that created life form that when you started as is it fetus or embryo first?
No clue.
I have no clue. No fetus. Don't know fetus. One of these lah. Yeah, you started, then suddenly fetus, embryo, fetus, then you start to have brain, finger, and heart, and all that start growing. The life form began before you had a brain. That's universe energy, okay? So there's the same universe energy that gives you ideas, that give you inspiration, okay? And sometimes when you need ideas and solutions, they come from nowhere, right? This is the universe realm, okay? So if you align this four realm, this energy realm, these four things together, you literally manifest miracles, okay? So when all four realms are aligned, your four realms are aligned, okay? This doesn't belong to other people, it belongs to you. Okay, this is the most powerful source of energy, and if you can align all in the same direction, you literally could create miracles. Now the next 3 days will all be about the four main pillars of this metaverse that we are talking about. Okay, this is the metaverse that we're talking about, and we're going to be talking about 八字and feng shui, Chimen Dunja, date selection, all in one. This is a metaverse. Now, for those of you who are new, who don't know about this, let me just tell you what it is, okay? So 八字, you see here 八字? 八字is basically your date and time of birth. It is an energy map based on the time that you have come to this world. You are a form of energy, you know, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your body, all energy, okay? So, right, so through understanding what you have and what is affecting you, and what are so that you don't go unexpected again, right? Create certainty even in uncertain times. It's always through understanding your parts. We're going to talk, a lot about this. We're going to deep dive in this aspect, okay? So we're going to unlock the best possibility for you, right? To help you grow your business or your career, depending on which you want, right? And basically create meaningful relationships. That's through understanding your parts. And now, if you have not already done so, you just join me right now. You missed the first part. Then please go to print your chart. Okay, guys, can you just bring up on the screen again the 八字 link? Yeah, okay. So just make sure you see that, right? This is where you go to and plot your chart. So your 八字, we're going to talk about that now. Coming back here. This feng shui, right? Feng shui is your home. So have a floor plan of your house, because if you want to live an awakened life, a spiritual awakened life, to increase your intuitive power, your healing powers, obtain the best from your hindsight, insight, and foresight, then we got to talk about feng shui. We got to talk about your space. How you can use your space to affect how you feel, how you, how your energy level is in your home. If your feng shui is great, your energy level becomes higher. You attract more opportunities into your life. You see more opportunities. And even if you're full of problems, you have less drama in your life and you can see solutions. How many of you here would like less drama in 2022? Less drama. Time of me here. Less drama. Less shit in your life. Okay? You want less drama in your life. All right. Okay. Drama is bad, right? You just shit. No, say no to drama, man. Okay. And then you have Chimen Dunja. Chimen is using the energies of the spiritual realm or the universe realm to help you propel ahead in life and build your empire or build your new life. I think it's more like a decision-making tool, because at every stage, at every junction of your life, you need to make decisions. And it is because of so much uncertainty, you don't know how to make your decisions, we use Chimen. And Chimen can help you activate your, we say chakra points or energy points, so that you can grow spiritually, you become more intuitive, you're able to see what others don't see. We're going to talk about that as well, okay? We're going to talk about manifesting in 2022. I'll give you exact timing. And of course, I think the most important part is this, the date selection part. This date selection is about selecting the right timing to maximize your impact, okay? In fact, today itself, I'm going to give you some dates. Today itself, I'm going to give you some dates and times where you can do some cleansing, some energy renewal, right? To re-enhance your own energies. Okay, so this is the metaverse, and we'll be using this throughout the next 3 days. Okay, now guys, I know that there will be a lot of questions along the way, right? Because a lot of you guys are new. So do not worry, the Telegram channel is available, and you can type some of the questions there. My team or maybe myself during the break, I'll be there to answer some questions. But don't worry, I see the questions. This is really fast in the chat right now. Okay, and guys, listen to this. Okay. You gotta stay till the end of each day for the next 3 days, okay? Now I know I've said this in our emails many times already, because every day, at the end of the day, there will be surprises, all right? There will be some surprises, And something extra. Bonus material, if you will, bonus material that will 100% be removed from the replays. So you gotta watch it live, okay? Some of you obviously might be watching the replays, but you will not see the bonus materials, okay? So this is how I run the show, all right? So I want you guys to watch it live. There's a benefit of watching it live, and there's a reason why I want to watch it live, because there are time-bound information, as you will soon discover later today, that I'm announcing specific timing for you to do certain things. They are time-bound, that you need to be present in order for it to be useful. All right? Or maybe a bit of both of a few things, surprises and extra materials. All right? So you will not get this in the replays when it is ready. Probably all the time-bound information would have been ineffective already. Okay? So you guys stay to the end of each day for the extra materials. All right? Now, what do you really want in 2022? That's a big question that we should be asking ourselves moving forward. All right? When we read a parcel chart, when we look at our astrology chart, when we look at our feng shui charts, what do we really want to achieve? Do we want more money? How many of you want more money? Type of me. More money. Who doesn't want more money, right? More love. More love. More happiness. Type of me if you want more happiness. Choose one. Don't be greedy. Kill you. Slap you, fly to the wall. Okay, choose one. More fun. More time. Okay, how about more time? Okay, type the answer. What you really want is growth. Cool, all right? So you want growth. You want to be better, right? Because I think being stagnant is like the worst feeling ever, right? You want growth. You want to become better in several aspects of your life. Let's just make it very clear, and you should write down what exactly do you want to achieve? Because who knows, right? Who knows? What if what you really want to achieve can be achieved? What if it works out the way that you want it to work out? Okay? That contract that you want, the deal that you wanted, the relationship that you wanted to get, that you've been waiting all life for, right? The business that you really want to start, the business that you want to build, maybe, right? I mean, who knows? See, the thing is this, right? One of the biggest reasons why people don't achieve what they want or achieve a better life is because it never occurred to them that it's possible. This has never occurred to them. It's like, I thought it was for other people, not for me. But maybe it's for you. Maybe this year is your year. Let's just suspend the impossibles for the next 3 days. While you're with me here, let's just put the impossible aside and just say, maybe it's possible. Maybe it can be a great year. Maybe 2022 will be a fantastic year the way you want it. So if you have a chance right now to have whatever you want, what would it be? This is important, okay? Now, you say more money, law, I slap you now. I slap figure. Yeah? More money as in what? What is the definition, right? 10% more, right? Increase in salary of 10%, 12%. Some of you are slapped 100%. It's a slap again. You must remember the law of equivalent exchange and the realm of possibility. Because sometimes we belittle ourselves by just making something so impossible that every cell, including your KKJ, also know that it's not possible. Okay? You must make something believable that every cell in your body, including your KKJ, also understand can do. Then only you believe it can be done, then you will do it. If you don't believe it, or like your left nipple doesn't believe your right nipple, then surely your goal cannot achieve one, So you must, when we say we want something, it has to be somewhat within the realm of possibility and within something that is within 20 to 30%. That's the easiest to achieve. Okay, and of course I'll show you how. But if you try to make the impossible can happen, yes, but it takes a bit more than 1 year. Then you have to look at period 9. Okay, now for those of you guys who have big goals, go for period 9 studies, metaverse of period 9. For those of you with smaller 1 year goals, this is great for you. Okay, let's start with the small, shall we? All right, for those of you with big goals, like you really want to break through that 7 figures or 8 figures, then go for the metaverse, right? Study the metaverse, the period 9 metaverse. Now, this chart here that you see, this is the 2022 year of the tiger chart. 2022. So water tiger year, water tiger month, earth rat day, and wood tiger hour is the transition to the tiger year. As you can see in the chart, okay? As you can see in the chart, This chart here has got 3 tigers. Can we send this in the telegram for them? All right, just send us a telegram for them and give them the 5 element charts as well, just in case, yeah? Okay, all right. Some charts we send, some charts you can just see on the screen now, okay? Don't complain, okay? We give whatever we can, okay? Otherwise, no talk, all right? Okay, you listen to me. I come and discipline these people, papa. Okay, now, okay, so we have this chart. So what can we see from this chart? We got 3 tigers, 3 tigers, okay. So let's just make it simple. Just now, it's 3 tigers. Tiger clash monkey. So we know if you got monkey in chart, how many got monkey in your chart? Just simple reading. How many got monkey in the chart? In your party chart. So you take your party chart. Who got monkey anywhere in your year, month, day, hour? Okay, you don't know how to see, huh? Let me show you. This is a sample of a party chart. Can you see that this person is born in the month of monkey? Month of monkey, okay? You see the monkey, yeah? Not year of anything, I don't care, right? But the month of monkey. Okay, here's another example. You see this example here? This person is born in hour of monkey. Can you see the monkey in the hour? Okay? Okay. So now you go and check how many monkey got not. Tell me if you have. And where is it? Okay. So we know tiger. Let's go back to the year chart. This is 2022. Tiger clash monkey, correct? So if you don't know, don't worry, I'm telling you now, okay? So because clash means traditionally say, wow, fan tai sui, clash the tai sui, okay? That means the year clash with the animal sign. So means monkey may poke guy like that, wow, clash like that, don't clash 1 feet or clash 10 miles away. Then how? Don't worry, okay? The biggest change or transformation will happen. This is my first statement for you. The biggest change or transition, the transformation will happen. Biggest scenery change will happen for 2 doors or 4 doors. Now, 2 or 4 is a big word I use here, okay? Will happen 2 or 4 doors with monkey in the chart. You guys. Now, shit happens to you or good things can happen for you. Which one you choose? If you adopt a spiritual alignment approach, then life happens for you. When you know that you're taken care of, when you can align with your spiritual energy, your Chiman deities and energies, then life happens for you. All the change that is in place is because they want to push you. The universe is pushing you to become better. But if your life happened to you, okay, you are someone that, why all these bad things happen one? I don't like it. Then you're one of those that confirm pokai lah, okay? In 2022, clash until okay? So you have to be careful. I don't know how many monkey you have, all right? So you may say, this how I cannot drive out. Not true. It's basically means there will be changes that you're uncomfortable. Whenever it's like that, how many of you like surprises? How many of you like surprises? Type of me if you like surprise. Birthday surprise. Somebody will come to your house and give you a new car. Surprise, right? How many of you like surprise? Type me. You like surprise? You sure? Bullshit, you are. Huh? You like surprises that you like. Surprises that you don't like, it's called stress and problems. Huh? That's why, right? So the thing is, if you anticipate that there's something favorable, it's a surprise. A clash is a surprise. But it's positive because your perspective is like that. But if you don't like it, right? Oh, it's a problem, it's a stress, these people don't change all this, I don't like it. Okay? You only like the surprises that favor you, right or not? So, if this clash is something that you understand is a change, and change is needed for things to improve, and you're willing to change, life will be great for you, okay? Now, this chart has got many secrets, okay? You can see that the wood element is dominant in the chart. Wood element is dominant. Okay, the second most dominant element in the chart is water. So it's wood and water. Water is the second most dominant element in the chart. As you could see, yang water on the year, yang water on the month, and a rat, which is water element in the day, which makes the wood possible to float, right or not? Now, of course, this wood is rooted, but floating wood basically means what? Well, because it's possible. You check back, now, most 60-year cycles you could see back in the past has always been events of emergence of multiple incidents, okay? Particularly last time is war, now maybe not so much in war, but you could see that water is chaotic, all right? There will be sudden changes in terms of the weather, natural disasters, or possible, this is a small, tiny chance of, man-made incidents, right, which could be military in nature. But mostly Yang water, when it's flooding the wood, represents strong currents and floods, okay? Or maybe in the military, because Yang water is a military element, there might be varying degrees of turbulence in terms of different regions in the world. Okay, so this is one thing we could see, right? But water element in general, floating wood, is basically many people are seeking directions, right? And of course, you may say, hey, how about the coronavirus? There's so many different mutations. Well, there are going to be more mutations for sure, all right? The mutated virus will continue to change and continue to evolve. But more importantly, the wood element has appeared. The wood in traditional astrology represents medicine. Now, this is not vaccine, it represents medicine. So in many ways, it is possible that 2022, there could be medical help or medication that could be helping in terms of the coronavirus. So this is one thing. So while there's mutation, there's possibility of evolution when it comes to the coronavirus, but there's also possibility of healing, okay? Now, you got to be aware of one thing. Can you see that water is overwhelming the earth, and water is finance, wealth element to earth. Therefore, it can indicate possible financial crisis, right? So keeping more cash and waiting for the right time is a good thing. I'll tell you more about this, okay? So how do we look at this, right? How about manpower, right? We talk about great resignation. So again, earth is on top of water. Water is wealth. For those who don't know how to read, it basically means people are contented making money from their house. So which means many people don't want to look for a job. They just want to stay home and do their own thing. Okay, so the direction is moving towards that direction. Now, the biggest question for us is from this chart, how do I know that it's going to be good for me or not? Do we see 2022 as a rebound or disaster year? Okay, will we be able to bounce back? Now, if we look back at 2020, okay, when this pandemic happened, a lot of us astrologers, I think there were so many metaphysics practitioners, we all struggled to see how come, something like a pandemic, it's not clearly written in the Bazi. So we searched through all the files and all the ancient texts. And because in our lifetime, come on, I'm 44 this year. In my lifetime, I've never experienced a pandemic. Okay, even an endemic is rare in our lifetime. Okay, last closest one that we have seen is SARS. That was 2003, right? And that was still, compared to this, is a small scale, right? So we don't have reference to it to see that, but in retrospect, we always see better. However, there was one book or one manuscript that has clearly indicated that 2020, the year of the metal rat, is a year where many people will suffer and die. Okay, that's exactly said in the text, and that text was the Mother Earth Oracle. Mother Earth Oracle is called Tei Mo King. Okay, so this is 2020's Mother Earth Oracle, Tei Mo King. Now, so Tei Mo King, translation is Mother Earth Oracle. It's actually written, now it's only written around Qing to Ming dynasty, rewritten, but it's based on a text of the Yellow Emperor, which is obviously 2,000-3,000 years ago. So somehow it was modernized and rewritten during the Ming Qing dynasty era. So in this text in 2020, it clearly says that 2020, the year of the metal rat, people have a lot of disasters and death. Okay, so you can say here. So then, because it's so accurate to say, we all scared. Wow, because normally we don't look at this text like, wow, this fella written so many thousand years ago. How we know modern days? Or so most astrologers never read the Mother Earth Oracle. We also it's like, what's the subject that you don't study in school? Yeah. I can't even pronounce it. Kemahiran Hidup. Right, so it's one of those subjects that we don't study in school, we never look at it, and then suddenly, oh shit, it's the most important subject. All right, so this is when in metaphysics, this is the sort of book we leave on the side, right? We don't even read. And now, wow, 咁準嘅, then we faster go and see. Then 2021, right? So we look at 2021. What does it say? Because we scared 2020, wow, 咁勁, then we also look at 2021. Now this is 2021. So in 2021, if you look at the first sentence, it clearly says here, 疾病少紛紛. That means in 2021, there's still illness somewhat illness. And so on off, some part of the world, there's some vaccinations, part of the world, the virus make a comeback, and then you have Delta variant, and then there's Optimus Prime or Decepticon. What is it? Omnicron, yeah. So all these things come out, yeah. So soon you have Decepticons and all that. So basically there are different versions. So this text, right now it's still January, and you can see it's still there's mutations in terms of the illness here, okay. And the thing is, look at the sentence, the last couple of sentences. It says here, okay, 人民留一半，快活好桑田. Okay, it says here, the text, the fourth sentence. 辛丑牛為首, the year of the metal ox is where the ox is the leader. 高低甚可憐, high and low also can be miserable. 人民留一半, wow, people left half, population left half. 快活好桑田, the one that is survive is good. Okay, so the translation, of course, is very scary, right? Then you look at it, wow, you know, what could this mean? Could it mean that half the population is not vaccinated, or it affects half the people, or a large population get affected, or there's a great resignation or a great migration, only half the people survive, half the people are left in the company, which is true for some people, right? Some companies only left half their original staff force, right? Or half the companies is now working from home. So this is all cryptic language. Unfortunately, you say, hey, why cannot say properly? This is basically like how, I mean, after you're married with your wife for 5 years, this is exactly how she talks. Okay, so you don't know what she's saying, all cryptic language, yeah? So basically, this is all cryptic language, and you have to decipher this shit, right? So close to it now, end of the year, we can say, oh shit, so that's what it means, right? Now, if you look at 2022 seems to be a better oracle, right? It says that in this text here, wow, you know, everything is prosperous, the mulberries are producing, the silkworms are also happy themselves, right? So basically, you may say, what does it mean by silkworms, mulberry leaves? We say this, kok mak is basically paddy fields and rice and food. So it's all prosperous. Now, I want you to look behind the scenes of these words. It looks like the text says something is prosperous, okay? Now, the closest transliteration of this I sent to you, yeah, guys. I sent the text to you now in Telegram. So the English translation, that is transliteration, but the scary part is the meaning behind the word, okay? So it looks like production is a plenty and production making money, which means that prices of food goes up. This is a sign of inflation, you know. So you may look, wow, very prosperous world, right? Silk is what women produce back in old days. Guys go and 耕田, you know 耕田? 耕田 is what? 耕田, the farming, yeah, farming, that's what I said. So you go and guys go and work. That means guys make the money and produce the food they eat themselves, right? Okay, feed the family. But women create, last time, ancient days, create silk and then they sell. So it's called cash economy. Okay, so basically the production, all right, production or industries. Okay, so you see industries here are now they are prosperous. That means their prices goes up. So the cost of production goes up. That means now inflation is there. So basically, I'm just reading behind the lines. Or if you read every line, it looks good. But look good means is obviously, well, prices of goods go up. Oil and gas, the price of oil, right, might go up. The price of food and sugar goes up. And if you look at the last sentence, this is the scary part, right? It says here, okay, 人民雖富樂. That means the people look prosperous and rich. That means on a surface level, everyone looks great, right? But here's the thing. The last sentence says here, 六畜盡遭兇. Okay, can you see the sentence here? 六畜. 六畜 means what? 6 animals, right? 6 animals. What type of animals are? Cockroach and all that? No. 6 animals is pig, cow, horse, dog, goat, and all that. Okay, so basically, it says here the 6 animals, they perish. It's not just talking about a possibility of another type of illness that wipe out the animals, right? But in the old days, you must remember, these words means peasants or farmers, the reason why they have the animals like a pig or a cow is that when they produce a piglet or a little baby cow, is called what? Calf, yeah, calf. Cutlet. Cutlet, so baby cow, the calf, and then they sell it to make back money, return on investment. So this represents your stock market, all right? Your investment, your equity, okay? So these are your assets, okay? So this is your accumulation of wealth, and then suddenly 准周后, suddenly no more. So it has an indication that that possibility, remember that curve I told you early on? If you can just bring back the slide, okay? So you remember to see that we look at the slide, 2020 go down to 2022 and then pivot. This could be that pivot. There could be a major sudden correction that might have changed, the trajectory of the markets, because markets been doing really well, right? And suddenly there's this big event that could happen or that might change things. So you need to take note of this, because it says here, 六促准周后. 准 means perish, okay? A bit scary. Now again, don't take this word for word. It could be just some, maybe dogs, a lot of dogs will be dying this year, right? A lot of dogs and cats, they have problems. So it could be that, right? But it can also mean that, take note that when things are looking well, when you make good money, stack up your wins and immediately take out the small wins. Don't go for the big thing, because at the end, there could be a major correction coming in. Now, can we go further in studying this? Well, the answer is yes. How do we go further in studying this? Well, first I need to give you the important things, the summary of this from the oracle. What do we learn? Okay, number one, it says, my interpretation is don't depend on one income, because there's different types of silk, there's different types of paddy and production and rice. So basically it means what? Invest and create a second or third income. This would be a great thing for you to do. So don't depend on one income in 2022. Number two, eliminate risk by knowing what you're doing. Okay, so you got to specifically know exactly what you're investing in and doing, because most people dabble with different things. So according to this chart here, especially if we look at 2022's Parzi chart, there's only one earth, right, with a dominance of three different types of water elements, three different wealth streams. But if you concentrate and know the risk, okay, you knowing by doing, eliminate the risk by doing something. So if you know what you do, you deep dive on it, then you eliminate the possibility of that big shakeup that's coming. Okay, that's number two. Number three, okay, I think it's important that you have to cross and burn some bridges. Okay, it's just like the earth across the water. Sometimes you keep thinking when the good old days will come back, and you don't really want to go, and you don't really want to change. You don't want to drop the old style of running a business. You don't want to drop the old career and start the new. Because you don't burn the bridges, you can't start. Okay, so I would say cross the water. That's what the wood across this water element is about. If you look at the Parzi, that symbolizes, cutting your ties, burning some bridges and moving forward. That's how you commit to it. And number four, all right, stop reacting and start anticipating, because by now you can anticipate that 2022 will still have all these problems. Okay, it's still there. Things might be good at the start. You anticipate the possible changes now, so it's no longer, I didn't expect it. You're expecting it, so you won't react to it. You're going to respond to it. That's number four. Number five, I think it's so important that schedule in your goals, because you have just written down you want more money, more love and all that. So there must be certain activities that lead you to that. When you schedule this in your calendar as actionable steps, what gets scheduled gets done. Okay, so we're going to put that in good timing as well, but you need to put that in. So there are 5 important things for you to do out of this Mother Earth Oracle and the Parzi. Okay, now for those of you who are new to Feng Shui and Parzi and all that, not to worry, just remember the action steps. Okay, now moving forward, I'm going to show you this thing called the Zhik Nin Gua. Okay, I know this is probably a bit tough for newbies. I will keep this as a bonus material at the end of today. I'll talk about this. This is the hexagram for the year and how you can use it, okay? So I'll keep this later. It won't be on the replay, so stay for it, okay? This will be bonus material. This is advanced material, okay? But what I want to do now is to go to how you prepare for the year, okay? What should you do to prepare for the year? So I'm going to go from generic to specific. Guys, I'm going to go from generic to specific, meaning this is from the Parzi and the Mother Earth Oracle for the year, for everybody. And then as we go along today and tomorrow and the day after, I'm going to specifically tell you about your animal sign. So it's going to be broad and then specific to you. Broad for everybody, then specific to your Parzi. Okay? So let's start with these 5 things that you need to do. Okay, number 1, based on the chart of 2022, the year of the water tiger, you need to be more risk adverse with your health, but more risk loving with money. Let me tell you why shortly, okay? Risk adverse with your health, but risk loving with money. That's number 1. Now, I know this is counterintuitive, but it will be a year of opposites or a year of mirror. Looks the same, but it's different. Okay, can you see the year pillar and month pillar is the same? Okay, this is to counter the Fu Yin effect for the year and the month pillar that you see here right now. And for health matters, you got to be a little bit more risk adverse. Don't risk it. It's easier for you to catch an illness. So if you look at the chart here, I think the general consensus is it feels safe for everybody to be going out and just act normal and all that. But that's where you need to be risk adverse. You need to be very careful with that because it's actually easier for you to get sick in 2022 because of the Fu Yin. Fu Yin is unseen, okay? But more risk loving with money because as you can see, the self element of this chart, Wu Earth is weak. Can you see here this part of the chart? If you see the chart, the self element is weak and the wealth element is strong, all right? And so the dominant element is 7 killings countering yourself, so he'll gain risk, right? But if you do the counterintuitive, you will be able to benefit. Where other people are scared, you are not scared, you'll be moving forward. That's number 1. Okay? Number 2, you better write this down. Okay, number 2. Some people ask me to write down for you. Write yourself. Okay? So, write yourself so lazy. Wow, how to succeed in 2022? You ask me to send to you. Okay. Now, number 2. Stack the small wins. Okay? Number 2, stack the small wins. Now, why do I say that? What did it mean first? Right? It means is be aggressive in recognizing profits and taking action to redeem those profits. Let me tell you why. Remember the Mother Earth Oracle says that Lok Chok Zon Zhou Hong means that there could be a possibility that the investments might go bad, right? So the moment is good because Yan Man Soi Fu Lo means first it starts with well, what people are doing well. So when you're doing well, take the small wins and profits first. Recognize the profits first so that when the big shit happens, you don't lose as a result of the big correction coming in, okay? So stack the small wins. When you have many different small wins, you also have a big win. That's number 2. Okay, if you look at the Parzi perspective, you can see, on a Parzi perspective, you can see that the self element is surrounded by wealth, and so it's not strong enough to control the wealth. Therefore, smaller proportion of profit is better than trying to take the big wealth. Number 2. Okay? Number 3 action step that you need to take. Okay, write this down. Just 2 words. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Okay? So you're expecting, further COVID restrictions. Expect it, right? Expect the further changes in terms of whatever restrictions and problems. Okay, why? Because this is, you see the writing on the wall, right? You see the changes coming in, you see the effect that is coming in, affecting around the world. Yes, people are trying to open up, but there are restrictions. You see the 7 killings in the chart? The 3 tigers here, together with the Yang wood, are 7 killings to the Yang earth. So expect the unexpected, remain calm and not panic. A catastrophic event happens only at times when you least expect it. So if you expect it, it cannot be a catastrophe, because you probably are prepared for it. So go to your contingency and have a continuity plan. That's what you need here, a continuity plan. How does your work continues without your major involvement? This is a great year to look at it. How does your team going to be involved if you cannot physically be there? Talk about continuity plan. Okay, water, okay, so you have to have long flow of water. Point number 3. Okay, point number 4. Okay, point number 4. You might want to write this down. Prioritize cash flow over cash. Okay, the conventional just save everything in cash. As you know by now, this is the 3rd year in a run. that people are just in a helicopter throwing down money. Exactly is what people are doing. Printing. So if you're just hogging on to cash, the value is decreasing. So don't depend on conventional methods or mediums of value. You got to change. You got to prioritize cash flow, the ability to generate cash, okay? But more important is what medium, all right? What is the way that you're going to achieve this? You got to be able to generate something. Now, I would think a side gig, a side project will be very important, and you have the time, you can create that opportunity. Listen, there's a lot of how you prioritize things, okay? If you prioritize this, you can do this. And if you look at the chart, cash element, which is yang water element, is over flooding in this market right now, okay, in this parts of chart. So take note of that. And number 5, I think this is important. Enjoy the ride, okay? The effect is going to be stressful no matter what, right? But you still have control over the impact. Remember we said earlier on, you still have control over the impact. And all health, wellness, and your chance of success starts with your mental health. So let's keep this healthy. Okay, so these are the stuff that you need to prepare for 2022. Okay, so guys, okay, so I hope you enjoyed up to this stage. We still have a lot to cover. Then for the next part, we're gonna take a short break right now. And during this break, I would like you to print your parts chart if you have not already done so, because the next part involves you reading your parts. You want to know what to do based on your chart. Now remember, the first part of the day talks about the broad things, right, for everybody. The next part onwards, we're gonna start shrinking that to be more personalized to you. So in order to make it more personalized to you, you need your parts chart. Okay, so we're gonna take a short break now. My team and the MC will take over and talk for a little while. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and then you guys have a short break. And when we are back, okay, there's going to be a timer on the screen to show, right? Timer on the screen and show when you must come back here and log in again. Then we are going to continue on now how do you prepare and excel in 2022. I'm going to give you the exact dates that is time sensitive, because specific timing where you can use to cleanse or rejuvenate your energy, okay, after we come back. All right, I'll see you shortly.